everyone, it's Rachel from Desert Blossom Crafts. Welcome and welcome back to my channel. Today I am excited I get to share with you a new free crochet pattern called the Midsummer Cardigan. This cardigan is super easy to make. It is just made from 3 rectangles and some sleeves added on. As you can see, it features this really pretty large triple crochet shell border. In fact, the entire cardigan is made from triple crochet, which makes it pretty unique. So I'll be showing you exactly how to crochet this today. Let's get right into all the details. The first thing I want to advise you to do right now is go ahead and check out the link in the description to look at the written pattern as you follow this tutorial. Yes, I will be showing you how to do it here, but there's going to be lots of variations for each size. There's things you need to know about gauge and sizing and everything like that. So make sure you check out the link in the description. It will give you a link to my blog post with all those details that you need to know. And there's also a link to a ad-free pattern if you would like to download and print out the pattern. There is a link to that as well in my pattern store. I love this option because you're able to print it out, follow everything in the most concise manner possible. There are also 2 PDFs that are included in that purchase, which is really nice. You get the full PDF with sizes extra small to 3 extra large, but you also get a PDF that shows you how to customize this cardigan to fit your body perfectly. So it's basically called a customizable version of the pattern. That is premium only, so if you purchase the PDF, you will get both of those things. As far as materials go, I am using Knit Picks / We Crochet Galileo for this cardigan. It is a sport weight. It comes in 50-gram balls with 131 yards. Each size will need a different amount of this. I think it's from like 7 to 12 balls, something like that. I really love this yarn for the cardigan. It is made from bamboo and merino wool, which makes it a great choice for a light, bouncy type cardigan for summer. And then I am using a G or 4mm crochet hook, but you definitely want to check your gauge before you start with this pattern. You do not have to use this hook. You want to use whatever hook you use to meet gauge. So please check your gauge. I can't even say that enough. Again, that is in the written versions of the pattern, whether in my blog post or in the printable pattern. For now, we are going to be making the size extra small, which is what is pictured here and what I'm wearing in the pictures, stuff like that. So yeah, let's get right into the back and front panels. To start off with the back panel, you're going to make a foundation single crochet row of 72 stitches for the size extra small. If you're unfamiliar with foundation single crochet, I love it for starting garments. It makes for a really stretchy base rather than having it be tight with a chain. If you don't know how to make it, I do have a video tutorial on it. You can check that out in the cards. Once you do those 72 foundation single crochet, you're ready to get started with the back panel. This is like the foundation row. So for row 1, we're going to turn the foundation single crochet and chain 1. This chain 1 does not count as a stitch. We are just going to be doing double crochets across this. So I'm going to yarn over and make a double crochet in the first foundation single crochet. And I'm just going to repeat that across. This first row is kind of like a setup row. It's not going to be like any of the other rows, so we're just double crocheting all the way across until we get to the end. And after this row, we'll kind of start getting into the main pattern that repeats. So just keep repeating double crochets all the way across. Okay, so here's row 1 all done, all of our double crochet. Now we're going to start the main row that we're going to repeat for the entire back panel. I'm going to chain 4, that's going to count as a triple crochet. And because that counts as a triple crochet, we're going to go in this second stitch right here and make a triple crochet. So yarn over twice and complete that stitch. Let me show you that one more time. Yarn over twice, insert hook, yarn over, pull up, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, and yarn over, pull through 2. So you really want to start getting an even tension on your triple crochet. Of course, you should have already done that when you obtained gauge, but you want to just have them all getting to the same height and just get used to this stitch. And you're just, for the back panel, it's all triple crochet. The entire thing is triple crochet. There's no fancy stitches at all. So we're just going to triple crochet all the way across the row, and then repeat row 2. So this is row 2 where we're just triple crocheting all the way across, and then we're going to repeat row 2 until we have 30 rows of triple crochet. So super simple for the back panel, nothing crazy at all. Just repeat this till you have 30 rows for extra small, or you can adjust the length, just hold it up to your body and do as many rows as you would like. Now, the front panels are where it starts to get fun. So for the front panel, you're going to start in the exact same way as the back panel. This is my front panel started. You're going to foundation single crochet 32, so it's going to be slightly smaller than half of the back panel for each front panel. And then you're just going to make a double crochet row like we just did for the back panel. It's exactly the same, just chain 1 and double crochet in each stitch across. So I have 32 double crochet here. And to continue with the left front panel, for row 2, we're going to start in the same way. We're going to chain 4 and triple crochet in the next double crochet. So right here. And now we're going to make the statement shell that really sets this cardigan apart and makes it unique. So to do this, we're going to skip 3 double crochet, 1, 2, 3, and make a triple crochet in the 4th one here. Okay. Now to make this shell, we're just going to keep doing a chain 1 and then another triple crochet into this stitch. 1, triple crochet. 1, triple crochet. And we're going to do that twice more. Chain 1, triple, chain 1, triple. And that is all there is to making this shell. So what we end up having is 5 triple crochets and 4 chain spaces in between those triple crochets. Pretty simple. Now to keep going, we're just going to skip 3 double crochet and triple crochet in the next one. So all in all, the shell takes up 7 stitches because there's 3 skipped on each side and then 1 in the center. Now to keep going, we're just going to triple crochet across the rest of this row, and row 2 will be done for the front panel. Here is row 2 all done. We have that first shell space right there. Now for row 3, it's going to be pretty much the same but opposite. We're going to do all these triple crochet first, and then we're going to do a shell in the middle of this shell. So to start, just chain 4 like usual. Get used to doing that at the beginning. That's basically the entire cardigan. Triple crochet in that first stitch. And then we're just going to triple crochet all the way across until we get to the shell. Alright, so here is row 3, those first triple crochets all done. We're about to make a shell here, but just one note first. I do highly recommend keeping track of your stitch count before each shell or after, depending on which way you're going. But either way, keeping track of the number of triple crochet on this side of the shell, because it can be super easy to accidentally do an extra one, like in this triple crochet here. We're going to be skipping that, as you'll see. But this is supposed to be the same every single time. For extra small, there's 23 triple crochet here, so each time I do it, I will just count and make sure I had 23. For the other sizes, the stitch count is included as well, in the written pattern, of course. So, with that said, to make the shell now, it's going to be the same concept, but we're going in the center of the shell we just did. So, you can see there's 5 triple crochet. We're going to skip the first 2, and we're going to go in the center one right here. So yarn over twice and insert your hook into that center triple crochet and complete your triple crochet, your first one. And we're just going to repeat the same steps we did for the last shell and go in that same one with 4 more. So here's 2, 3, chain 1, here's our 4th one, chain 1, and our last one right here. Okay, so there's our shell, and to make it complete we just need to go in the last 2 triple crochet of the row. So make sure you skip the last 2 triple crochet of the shell, and now we're going in the last 2 triple crochet of the row. There's a big difference there. So skipping this, and we're going right in the top of this one right here. There we go. And then lastly, we're going in the top of the chain space. And that is row 3. Now for row 4, it's going to be much like row 2, except this time we don't have a double crochet beneath us, we just have the shell again. So to do it, we just go in triple crochet in the first triple crochet here, and then make a shell right here, and then continue with triple crochet across. So I'll do it with you one more time. So insert your hook into the middle triple crochet right here, and let's make this shell. Once the shell is done, we're just going to skip the last 2 triple crochet of the shell right here and go in this triple crochet. So this is where that stitch count can get off if you accidentally go in the wrong triple crochet. So that's why it's important to count the stitches over here. So here we're skipping these 2, we're going in the top of this one. So yarn over twice, go right there, and you can use your finger to hold the place. And then you can check afterward to make sure you still have 2 triple crochet that are not worked into. After that, it's pretty simple. Again, you just triple crochet to the end of the row. Okay, so that is row 3. Just keep going to the end. To continue with the front panel, this is the left front panel. You'll just repeat rows 3 through 4 until you have 29 rows or 1 less than the back panel. So remember, we are supposed to do 30 on the back panel. If you adjust the length though, it could be different. So with this front panel, you want to do 29 or 1 less than the back panel. Now, as I said, this is the left front panel. And as you can see, the shells, when we lay it out to actually assemble the cardigan, we want the shells to be on the inside, right? So when I first made this cardigan, I made the 2 front panels identical, and it was wrong because the shells were both on the right side. So I had to rewrite the instructions, and the right front panel it's exactly the same concept, but the rows are just done in a different order. So remember, for this one, we started out doing the shell right away on row 2. For the right front panel, you're going to do these triple crochet first, and then do the shell on this side, and then you're just going to repeat the same rows back and forth. So once you do that first row, it'll feel exactly the same as the left front panel. The setup is just a tiny bit different. So I'm not going to show you how to actually in this tutorial do the right front panel because it is the exact same thing. It just starts out a little bit different and then repeats the same rows 3 through 4. And the written instructions do specify that, go into detail, and they give you the exact instructions. So I'm going to point you towards those in order to make the right front panel. And when you're done with that, you will be able to lay them out like this, one next to each other, and have the shells both be on the inside like they're supposed to be. So with that in mind, just keep going till you've finished all 3 of your panels, and I will meet you back in order to do all the seaming and the sleeves. Alrighty, so here I have all 3 panels almost finished. They're kind of folded up here because they won't fit all the way in the screen. But this is the top, so I've just laid them out with the shells towards the center, because of course this is like the edging. And so like I said before, you want to keep doing the rows for as much as your size specifies. I did 30 rows on the front panels and the back panels. But the last row is a little bit different from the ones I've already showed you, so I'm going to take this panel and show you how to do that 30th row, or whatever the last row is for you. Okay, here is this front panel, and all these rows are the same, and this last row is just what's going to be a little bit different. So we're going to chain 4 like usual. Mine is a little twisted here. Okay, so chain 4 and turn, and we're going to do our triple crochet in the next triple crochet just like usual. But now we're going to go across this shell and do some regular triple crochet and double crochet, because we want this last row to kind of match the back panel, which is obviously triple crochet the whole time. We just don't want this bump to be here as much. So what I'm going to do is make a triple crochet first of all in between these 2 stitches. So I'm going to go in between this triple and the first triple of the shell. So just insert into this hole right here and make your stitch. And now we're going to do another triple crochet in this chain, and then we're going to do some double crochet. So I'll show you that in a minute. But first let's do triple crochet into the first chain space of the shell. And now we're going to do a double crochet into the next 2 chain spaces. So double crochet and double crochet. And then we're going to do a triple crochet into the last chain space of the shell and a triple crochet in this between these stitches, this triangular kind of space right here. Okay. And what this basically does is it kind of evens out the surface, as you can see. So because the shell makes it taller here, we did some double crochet to kind of even it out. And we will have 1 less stitch on this last row than at the beginning, but that's okay, it won't make a big difference. And then after this, you're just going to triple crochet across the row like normal. So here I just went in this next triple crochet. Let me do that one more time. So we had gone in the space, now we're going right here and just continuing across, and when you get done you can fasten off and make sure to leave a long tail for sewing. Alright, once you're done with your 3 panels, you can lay them out and get them all ready for sewing. So just make sure that you have the right sides facing together. It's not super important because there's nothing that's like specifically on the right side of this, but I still like to do it. So this first row of your back panel is the right side, so you're going to have that facing up, facing together. So basically facing the inside of the front panels. And then the front panels are really easy because whichever side the shells are on, that's the way you're going to have to put them here, because you can't put it with the shells towards the other side. So I've got my panels all ready, and sewing them up is really easy. You can just use whatever sewing method you prefer. I'm going to use the whip stitch, but you can also use crocheted seams, things like that. I will link to a video that tells you more about seaming crochet garments. So to get started, I'm just going to thread my yarn needle, and we'll just be matching up the edges, and for this part we'll just be sewing each stitch together, and then for the sides you just want to leave an armhole opening. So this is considered sewing the shoulders. And then you're gonna also, so you're gonna sew this shoulder and this shoulder to the back panel. And then you're also going to sew up the sides. So you'll start from the corners, you'll match these corners and just go up, leaving an armhole opening. And you want to refer to the written pattern to see how big of an armhole opening to leave for your size. It will be different for each size, but it's usually between like 6 and 9 to 10 inches. But yeah, that's all there is to seaming. Just go across the shoulders and then down the sides. So I'll just do a little bit with you here, but I won't take up too much time. So I'm just doing the whip stitch. So I'm bringing the yarn over and then just matching up the stitches and putting my needle through and pulling. So let's do that a few more times. So bring the yarn over, find the next 2 stitches that match up, and pull through. So again, this is the whip stitch, but you can use any seaming method that you prefer. So this is kind of what it looks like for this seaming method, but you can experiment and see what you like best. Once you are done with seaming, it is time to make the sleeves. So this is the last step, and then all you have to do is block your cardigan after you get the sleeves done. So in order to start your sleeves, we're going to be joining right down here at the base of the armhole. So you're going to want to grab your yarn, make a slip knot, and we're just going to do a single crochet down at the base of the armhole right here. Okay. And from this point, you just kind of want to work as many single crochet around the armhole as the pattern says for your size. So for mine, it is 52, I believe. So I just start kind of working single crochet around. I found that what works well is to do 3 single crochet in the side of each triple crochet, and then in some of them I only do 2, because if I did 3 I would end up with too many single crochet. So you kind of have to see what works for your the number of single crochet you have to do. One tip I guess I'd say is when you come to chain spaces that you're working in, those are a little bit smaller, so sometimes if you need to do just 2 single crochet, that's a good place to do it. So just 2 there and then 3 in the full triple crochets, because they just tend to be a little bit longer. But you're just going to keep working these single crochet around. Make sure you check out the written pattern to see how many you need, and then I'll meet you back to do the next round. Okay, so here I am at the end, and I'm just going to join with a slip stitch to that first single crochet. Now from here, we're just going to do a round of regular triple crochet. So I'm going to chain 3. This is not going to count as a stitch this time. Having this chain 3 is just going to help it not have a gap in the round. So I'm going to do a triple crochet in the same stitch as the slip stitch, and then I'm just going to triple crochet all the way around the sleeve. So you should end up with a total of, for me, in my case, 52 triple crochet. Your case might be different. Here is the end of this round. I just have 1 more triple crochet left to do right here. Just make sure when you do this that you count your stitches. You do not want to go in the slip stitch because we already went in that at the beginning. So just make sure you count your stitches and you should be good. So to end, I'm just going to join with the slip stitch in the top of the triple crochet, not the chain 3. And that is our round 2. For round 3, we're going to chain 3 again. And this time we are going to decrease. So we're going to make a type of triple crochet 2 together you're going to yarn over twice, insert your hook into the same stitch as the slip stitch, and just start like you're making a triple crochet. Yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. You should have 2 loops on your hook, then yarn over twice and just insert into the very next stitch. Yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, and then to finish we're just going to yarn over and pull through all 3. So that's going to decrease 1 stitch for us. So now we're just going to triple crochet around until we get to the end, and we'll do this again. So I will show it to you again when we get there, but for now you're just going to make regular triple crochets all the way around until you have 2 stitches left. Okay, so I've been going all around this sleeve and I just have 2 stitches left, so let's make that triple crochet 2 together again. So yarn over twice, insert your hook, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 twice. Those 2 loops that we're keeping there. Yarn over twice, insert into the last stitch of the round, and just repeat. So yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, and then to finish we're just yarning over and pulling through all 3. And then to join, just go in the top of that original triple crochet 2 together that we made, slip stitch, and there we go. So at this point we just have 1 round left, and I'm just going to show you this round quickly because it's very similar to the edging that we made. It just uses the shells going around. So let's start first by doing the beginning shell, because this one is a little bit different than what we've done before. So go ahead and chain 5. This is going to count as a triple crochet, 4 chains as a triple crochet plus 1 for a chain space. So we're going to make a shell here. So go ahead and make a triple crochet into the same stitch. So now you can see as we do this, this is going to kind of come over, and the 4 chains are going to function as a triple crochet, and this chain is going to be like a space. So chain 1 and repeat by making the shell just as normal from here on out until we have 5 triple crochets in the same stitch with a chain in between. So this is our beginning shell of the round. And then from here, we're just going to be making these around the sleeve. I'm going to skip 5 stitches to begin, and we're going to go in the 6th one. So it's going to feel a little far away, but don't worry. Just put your hook over there, make that triple crochet, and there will be this little triangle in between. That's perfectly fine. Chain 1, and let's make the shell. There's 2, 3, 4 right here, and 5. So this is this is kind of what you're just going to repeat. Now you do want to take a look at the written pattern. Some of the rounds will be different. So for the size small, you'll skip 5 all the way around until about the last 3 shells, and because it's not an even number divided by 6, there are some where you only skip 4. So you really can't tell the difference. So just look at the written pattern because it will tell you if you're skipping 5 or 4 in which different places and things like that. But that, guys, is really all there is to making this cardigan and making the sleeve specifically. You would just keep going around, and then when you get to the end, you'll join with a slip stitch to the 4th chain right here. And that will connect your shells all the way around, and then you can fasten off. And from here, I am actually going to go and block this cardigan right now. It's absolutely essential that you block it, like I've said before, and it will just open up and look beautiful. Thank you so much for watching this tutorial. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to come subscribe for more free crochet patterns, stitch tutorials, and a whole lot more. Bye!